welcome. So today I want to talk about how to turn your SPD SX Pro into a more musical melodic instrument. And really this applies to any sampling pad you might have or electronic drum pad that can incorporate melodies and chords. In my case, I'm using the SPD SX Pro. Again, this works on the SPD SX, this works on the Octapad. Let's figure out how to do that. So first of all, let me show you how I'm laying out my pad here. So the bottom three layers are chords, right? And the top two layers are my melody. Okay, so pretty simple, chords and melodies. Now, first of all, let me just talk about what I'm doing with the chords here. Two functions I'm using. One is mute groups, so that the pads don't bleed into each other. So as you can see, if I hit pad 7 and then pad 8, they're going between those two chords and they're not going into each other. Pad 8 is muting pad 7 when I hit pad 8. So the way I do that is I go into pad link / mute, and as you can see, I have my send is all group 1, my receive is also all group 1, so that each of these pads is just muting the other one when I hit it. All right, I have a whole video on this. It's very exciting. So, and then the second thing I'm doing to kind of save space here is I'm using layers. So on pad 9 here, as you can hear, I'm going between two chords, right? The same sound, but different chords. So I'm using the alternate layer function, which you might have on your pad as well. So what I'm doing there is I'm going to my menu. I'm going to go to pad edit. I'm going to go to, pad 9 here. And as you can see, layer A is up 4 semitones, and then layer B is up 6 semitones to change the chord. And then my trigger type is alternate on both layer A and layer B. And then, very important, layer type has to be alternate. So on the top layer here, I have my melody, and I'm not using mute groups because I want it to have a more legato sound, kind of notes flowing into each other. In this case, I'm using a B minor scale. It has 6 notes, so it's sort of a B minor pentatonic. So I have 6 pads here playing the melody. So a good tip is use a minor pentatonic scale or any pentatonic. All right, so that's how my pad is laid out. So let me show you how I actually approach playing something like this. As you saw in the video, I was playing chords and then I was going to the melodies and I was playing drums all at the same time. So I'm going to give you a little exercise to help you do that. So very simply, I'm going to hit each chord on beat 1, right? And your beat's going to be your beat's just going to be, for now, 2, 3, 4. Now, of course, you're going to be hitting the pad. So you're going to be taking out some hi-hats. So let's first practice with the chords. So on beat 1, you're not going to hit the hi-hat. It's going to be something like this. Right? Practice that for a while just to kind of get used to, playing the drums and the pad at the same time. It's sort of weird for a lot of people. One thing I want to say is kind of approach your pad as a hi-hat, right? Instead of hitting on the one that you normally would hit a hi-hat, you're hitting the pad. And I'll show you more what I mean with the melody. So on the melody, let's just hit the quarter notes on beats 2, 3, and 4, right? So beats 1 going to be the chord, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be the melody. And let's just leave out the hi-hat for now, just to kind of get used to playing the kick and snare with the pad. So of course, on beats 2 and 4, you're going to hit the melody with the snare, right? So something like this. 3, 4. Now, let's put the hi-hat in. Let's still leave the hi-hat out on beat 1. I kind of like the way it sounds. Again, I mean, if you want to, you can hit your left hand. You can do something like this. Use your left hand to hit the chord. I don't really mind having the hi-hat not there. So what I'm going to do here is just alternate on every other eighth note. So if I'm doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hitting the hi-hat on and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So that's just a simple little exercise kind of used to playing drums and the pad at the same time. All right, so once you have that down, start throwing in some in-between 16th notes on the snare, right? Let's throw in a little in-between snare drum on the of 2, right? We all know this beat. And also try to put that bass drum on the and of 3, but with the pad. So remember, you're trying to see your pad as a hi-hat. Okay. Now, another thing you do, keep quarter notes on your left foot, right? All right, and then once you get that, you throw some ghost notes and stuff on the snare with your left hand. Right? And so in the video I was starting on beat 3 with my melody, right? I was like, right? I was waiting till beat 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that was my melody there. Simple too, so I'm just starting at a different place in the beat. It's really awesome that you can be a drummer in this day and age and also play melodies and chords and really any sound you want. With a device like this. So hopefully that helped. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, gave you some things to work on. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you're interested in doing stuff like this, I offer Zoom lessons. So my email is in the link below. And then if you want to watch more videos on how to use mute groups and the layering that I used, check out the links below. I'm going to start making more videos like this, whether you guys want it or not. Just cool ways to kind of be more creative with the SPD SX Pro, and then I really think it applies to all other sampling pads that are out there. So let me know if this was helpful, if this was cool, if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.